The accidents are piling up along a much talked about construction zone through Sacramento. For many drivers, the I-80 across the top project has been an exercise in frustration.
Indeed it has. Tonight, CBS 13's Tony Lopez is getting answers on the number of recent crashes and what Caltrans plans to do about them.
It's the same song, different verse for the slow dance drivers know as the I-80 across the top project. The bulk of the work on the $133 million road redo has now switched to the westbound side as crews smooth out and repave lanes and add carpool access to a 10-mile stretch from Watt Avenue to just east of the Sacramento River Bridge. Since that westbound switch was made back in late July, more than a few of our viewers have been asking, how many accidents has the CHP responded to in the construction zone since the lanes were reconfigured? We tried to get that answer last month, but were told a CHP computer, because of a glitch, couldn't spit those numbers out.
Well, that wasn't good enough, so we kept pushing, and the CHP sent our request to headquarters. Here's what we found.
From July 25th, the day the work shifted to the westbound side of I-80, to August 28th, the CHP responded to 41 collisions in the across-the-top zone, westbound lanes only. 23 were reported as just property damage, 18 involved injuries. Now, how does this compare to last year at this time, before this became a construction zone?
Now, in comparison to last year's numbers, same time frame, just the westbound side prior to the construction site being moved over there, we had 18 crashes, which 9 of them were property damage only.
So the number has more than doubled. Does that have the CHP more than a little concerned?
One crash is one crash too many, especially when speaking in terms of construction sites, construction areas. So the California Highway Patrol is going to take every step possible to be able to reduce these numbers.
That's why the CHP has specific units assigned to this area, especially during commute times, to respond quickly to accidents. How is Caltrans responding to these accident numbers? Its spokesperson tells us safety is always a top priority and points out Caltrans has lowered the speed limit to 55 through the construction zone and will continue to monitor the monthly incident numbers. Our inspectors will work with the resident engineer, Caltrans tells us, the CHP, and contractors to see what additional methods can be used if they are needed. At this time, there will not be any changes to the current westbound configuration.
One last thing to point out, the problems aren't just caused by the lane reconfiguration. The CHP tells us that a lot of these accidents are involving people on their cell phones. So sudden lane changes and sudden stops and distracted drivers, not a good combination.
The CHP tells us part of the spike in collisions is because of out-of-town drivers on their way to the Bay Area and not familiar with the roadway changes.